And what Crowd is bringing to the table is reoccurring residual component, which allows each and every one of us to breathe a little bit easier because it gives us a sense of certainty in these uncertain times. So, and what it's powered by is solar power, and it's a play on words, SOULAR, the soul of the global community. And with that kind of power, there is no stopping us. It's unlimited, and that's why we're going to change the world together. And this is no hype. I'm here to tell you guys, this is the best thing smoking. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here real quickly. And we're going to jump right into this thing because I want you guys to understand that this is absolutely mind-boggling what we're doing here. Okay. Here's the deal. A global problem requires a global solution, and CoopCrowd is that solution, family. I want you guys to understand when you look at what David talked about in terms of the Internet of Things and technology and what it's put us in this moment in time to truly self-actualize like never before in human history. And I know some of you have been looking at, the television. You've seen 2 billionaires that have gone up into space, and they're basically ushering in space travel. Who would have thought that we would be around today to see human beings going up into space other than astronauts? But here's what I want you guys to understand, in my humble opinion, is that I'd rather see 100 million people around the world having their monthly expenses taken care of, 100 million people around the world where we eradicate poverty. And so what CoopCrowd is going to do is going to make what these 2 billionaires did pale in comparison. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about today, is the CoopCrowd revolution. And for those of you that have been involved in marketing over the years, you've heard a lot of different companies out here that promised but never delivered. One of the things that I can assure you, if we do what we're designed to do, CoopCrowd will deliver more than you can even imagine. It reminds me of the Roger Bannister story, when prior to him coming along in 1954, it was thought it was humanly impossible to run a sub 4-minute mile. He comes along and he does it. And from that day forward, there's been thousands, tens of thousands of people who've run a sub 4-minute mile, including high school kids. And what I'm getting ready to tell you guys is what CoopCrowd is going to do is going to break that kind of mentality, that there's not a company out there that can help save this planet. We are the tip of the spear, and that's what CoopCrowd is really all about. We're talking about $1 a day, okay? $1 a day can keep the bill collectors away. And I'm going to break this thing down for each and every one of you here real quickly. Now, there's maybe some guests on the line. I know there's some people who come from a marketing background. They may be looking at this for the very first time. I want you guys to understand how powerful this is. This is the strategy that we're going to be laying out here for each and every one of you. And so we're talking about 3 for 33 days at $1 a day. In other words, you register and become an active donor, which most of you are already a registered donor. Then you help 3 people within 3 days who want to live a debt-free, a stress-free, and a financially free life. And then you teach them to help 3 as well. And you do that for 33 days, and your life will be completely different. I'm going to also be giving you guys some scripts as well that you can share with people, because we have a 2:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time corporate overview on the CoopCrowd that we're going to knock out the park. And I'm going to charge each and every one of you to get on the horn after this training and get as many people as you know and love in front of this information, because we have lives to save. So let me go ahead and break this thing down for each and every one of you here real quickly. It's 3, 3, and 33. So in days 1 through 3, what you're talking about here is identifying at least 3 people who want to live debt-free, stress-free, financially free lives. And you're talking about a $26 per month reoccurring or residual donation that's taking place there. At that moment in time, the genius of this is that your monthly subscription donation portion is absolutely free, because $26 is more than the $25. Now, let me rewind here real quickly, because there's some new people on here. We go ahead and take $84 up front. That's 3 months subscription. That's $25 times 3, which is $75. Plus there's a $3 hosting fee. So that's where the $84 comes from, all right? So now in days 4 through 6, You teach those three to identify their three. So 3 and 9 is 12 active donors that you have on your second level. And your residual or reoccurring donations on a month-to-month basis is $38 on that level alone. Now you've unlocked the bonuses, which will take your residual donations through the roof, through the stratosphere at that moment in time. This is it right here. If each and every one of you identify your three or more and teach those three or more to identify their three or more, you can sit back and relax and duplicate that process and you are done. Watch your money grow, literally. Now, here's what I want you guys to see here. In days 7 through 9, you have a total of 39 active donors and you have $87 in residual reoccurring donations. Days 10 through 12, you have 120 active donors and your residual donations is $249. In days 13 through 15, your residual or recurring donations is $538. And days 16 through 18, you have a total of 1,092 donors and your residual is $1,791, all from a $25 donation. But here's the deal. At this moment in time, each and every one of you, within 16 to 18 days, when executing this game plan, you have $1,791. Here's what you do. Upgrade to the $250 subscription-based platform as well at that moment in time. And this is when you 10x your reoccurring residual donations, because all you want to do is add a zero to the existing donations that you have. So think about this for a moment. With those same three people, it went from $26 to $260 in reoccurring donations. Then you have 380, 870, just add a zero. Here you have $17,910 in reoccurring donations. Now, your $84, your $25 matrix, which is a 3x10 matrix, is still going to be going. But now you've opened up a second matrix on the $250 subscription that is also going independently yet simultaneously, because you're going to be having your donors follow you. Now, let's keep it moving forward. And I just want to focus on the 25 moving forward. So in days 19 through 21, now you have a total of 32, a little bit over 3,200 donors. But now your reoccurring donations is $4,183. The genius in this is that now 90% of the global population's monthly expenses are covered. I want you guys to really think about what we're doing here with CoopCrowd. We're talking about an $84 upfront subscription at $1 a day, which allows most people on this planet to participate, and we can show them how to split that up and get to a place where each and every person on this planet can get to that mark right there. And we're talking about eradicating 90% of people's expenses on a monthly basis. People, that is mind-boggling when you think about that. Now, let's keep it moving forward here. On days 22 through 24, you're talking a little bit over $10,000 per month in recurring donations. And we're going to go all the way down to days 28 through 30. You're at $175,589 in residual recurring donations. And then days 31 through 33, you're close to $1 million in residual donations. But I know David has a trick up his sleeve. It's actually more than that. But here's this thing. We like to underpromise and over-deliver. So when you guys look at this process here, as great as 50-50 is, like I said, it's good, but it doesn't have the best gas mileage because it's like hit and miss. All right. The thing that I want you guys to understand is that what David's put in place, and what I love about what he did, even with 50-50, not closing the doors because there may be a lull in production, whatever the case may be. There's a lot of company owners out there that the moment that there's a lull in production, because they convince people to part ways with their money because they promised you 2% daily, okay? The moment they see their eyes and they see the numbers starting to slow down, they shut down the website and they run off with the money. Not David T. Rosen, because of his transparency. And I'm gonna talk about that here more momentarily, because I know there's a lot of people that's looking for a home. And I have an interesting perspective because not only am I in the field, but I'm on the corporate side. So my feet are planted on both sides of the fence, and I'm going to share with you guys that perspective here momentarily. But when you guys look at this, 3, who gets 3 for 33 days duplicated at $1 a day can effectuate the kind of global change that everyone on this planet so desperately needs. And so when I talk about hope for a hurting world, that's what CoopCrowd is going to be able to do. Can you imagine the donations flowing through this entire planet synergistically in a mutually beneficial way? I am jacked to the highest jackticity.